We are working on math lesson 14-6. You will need this paper to work along with us. So let's get started with our math video.
Mark asks 9 friends a survey question. Which is your favorite sport to play? Basketball, soccer, or baseball? Why do you think Mark needs to ask each friend the same question?
If he's going to be making any kind of chart or graph, he wants to make sure that they are all answering the same question. If he had a whole lot of different things, say 20 different things that he was asking them, and each person picked something different, there would only be one thing on the graph. So if he's comparing those things, he needs to make sure they are the same for each person he asks.
One reason is to make sure the survey is fair. Mark makes a tally chart using the survey question. Mark makes one tally mark to show what each friend says. How many tally marks did Mark make on the tally chart?
If we count each tally mark, we can come up with the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 tally marks altogether, which means he asked 9 friends the question.
He made 9 tally marks. Why did Mark need to make 9 tally marks? Mark asked 9 friends, and he made 1 tally mark for each friend's vote.
So they didn't all vote for the same thing. You can see that each thing has different votes, but there's 9 altogether.
Mark uses the data in the tally chart to make a picture graph. What does each picture stand for?
Like we've been doing before, he took the answers for his tally chart and made them into a graph. So for the 3 people that chose basketballs, he put 1, 2, 3 basketballs. Each picture on the graph stands for each tally mark. Each tally mark stands for each person who chose something.
Each picture stands for one choice or vote. What is the favorite choice?
So the favorite means which one had the most. When we look at the chart, we can see that soccer had the most. It's the one that goes out more than the other 2 on our graph.
There are 2 more children who liked soccer than liked basketball. Is it easier to see that soccer is the favorite in the picture graph or the tally chart?
So when we're looking at these 2 different things here, they want to know which one is easier for us to see which one had more and which one had less. We can probably look at the graph and tell right away that soccer had the most.
It's easier to see in the picture graph. Why is it easier to see the favorite sport in the picture graph? You can easily see that the row with the soccer balls is longer than the others, but you might need to count the tally marks.
Okay, so get your math paper ready here. This is pretty easy, just like yesterday. All we are doing is taking the information from the tally chart and making it into a graph. So what we're going to do here on the very front is first fill in the top part that has our tally marks on it. Well, it doesn't have them on there yet, but we are going to make it have tally marks on it. So I'm going to do it on the board over here, and you are going to be writing it on your chart. So it says favorite recess game. That means games that kids like to play the most at recess. Now, what we are supposed to do is ask everyone in our class to take a vote. Since we don't have everyone in our class, we are going to just make it up. So I'm going to start off with jacks. And if you've never played jacks before, usually you have a handful of jacks on the ground, and then you bounce a ball, and you have to try to see how many jacks you can pick up before you catch the ball, or the ball bounces. So when we have jacks here on our chart, we are going to make, or you are going to make 6 tally marks in there to show that 6 people chose jacks. And if you remember, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes across, and then 1 more for 6. So go ahead and make 6 tally marks next to jacks on the graph. Then we're going to go down below to hopscotch. Hopscotch is where you have the squares on the ground with the numbers on it. Sorry. And you kind of jump along each number as you count and hop on one foot or the other foot. So for hopscotch, we are going to make 8 tally marks to show that 8 people chose hopscotch as their favorite. So for 8 tally marks, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and make it on your paper in the box there that next to hopscotch. Show me 8 tally marks. And then go down below to jump rope. For jump rope, we are going to say that 9 people liked jumping rope. So we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and make 9 tally marks in the box for jump rope. So now down below, we are going to take that information with our tally marks and make it into a graph down here. So if we're going to make a picture graph, that means we're drawing a picture of each of these things. So for jacks, we counted 6 tally marks up top. So that means we need to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes down below to show jacks. Now, you might want to draw jacks kind of like this, or maybe just more like a star shape if you can. However you want to make jacks is fine in the box, but you do need to show 6 of them because we had 6 tally marks. For hopscotch, down below, we had 8 tally marks. So we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes next to hopscotch. I don't know what you want to draw for hopscotch. Maybe you just want to draw squares. If you draw 1 in each box for 8 boxes, you can show 8 people chose hopscotch as their favorite. And then down below for jump rope, we had 9 tally marks up top for jump rope. So we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes for jump rope. Jump ropes, I would just kind of make squiggly like a worm to look like a rope. So 9 of them to show me 9 people chose jump rope. Then down at the bottom, it says, what game is the favorite? So they want to know on your graph which one had the most. We had 6 for jacks, 8 for hopscotch, and 9 for jump rope. Which is the biggest number or has the most? Well, jump rope with 9. So you are going to write jump rope on the line for number 1. Go down to number 2, which game is the least favorite? That means it had the smallest amount. Jacks, hopscotch, or jump rope? Which one was the smallest amount? Jacks had the smallest amount with 6 blocks filled in on our graph. So we're going to write the word jacks on the line for number 2. It had the smallest amount. When you are ready, open up to the inside. We're looking at our tally marks up top and our chart, and we're going to be filling in the graph down below. So it says favorite things to do after school: sports, skate, or jump rope. When we look at our information, sports had 8 people, skate had 3 people choose it, and jump rope had 5 people. So we are going to make a graph, and we're going to draw the balls for sports. So we're going to draw 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The skates, it can just kind of look like a shoe or a wheel if you want. And we're going to draw 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And for jump rope, again, you can kind of make the worms or a line to make it look like a rope. We're going to draw 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go ahead and take however much time you need to fill in your chart. Press pause on the video if you want to do it along with us, or if you want to go back later and do it, that's fine. But when the graph is finished, we'll be able to see a little bit easier which one had the most, which one had the least, if any were the same, or how many of each one more or less was there on the graph. When you are ready, go over to the other side. We are using a tally chart for favorite rainy day activities. So things to do on a rainy day: games, paint, and read. So there's tally marks, but this time they didn't count it for us. So we're gonna have to count those tally marks ourselves and fill in the graph. So the first thing we need to do is start at the bottom and fill in the graph. Games had 5, 6, 7 choices. And if you just want to draw squares to make a game board, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Paint had 3 people choose painting. So you can draw paintbrushes if you want, or if you just want to draw circles, that's fine. You can draw 1, 2, 3 for paint. And read had 5, 6. 6 people chose reading as their favorite rainy day activity. So we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on our graph to show reading had 6 votes. When you're finished there, we can answer some questions by looking at the graph. Number 3, which activity is the favorite? The favorite means it had the most votes. So which one on your graph goes up the highest? It should be games. So you're going to write the word games on the line for number 3. Number 4, how many more children chose reading than painting? So here we are comparing painting and reading. So painting has 3, reading has 6. So we have same, 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 then count our extras. 1, 2, 3. You're going to write a 3 on the line because 3 more children chose reading than painting. Number 5, write the rainy day activities in order from least favored to most favored. So they want us to put the one that got the smallest amount over here, the middle one, and the one that got the most votes over here. So when I look at my chart, I see that painting had the smallest amount. We're going to write the word paint first, then read, And games had the most, went up to 7. So we're going to write games last. When you are ready, turn to the back page. And here we are looking at a chart that shows favorite music. So we have guitar, drum, and flute. So people chose what kind of instrument they like to make their favorite music. Down below, we're going to fill in the graph. Guitar had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 votes. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They want us to draw guitars. You might not be good at it. I'm not very good at it. You can make squares, you can make circles, whatever you want to do for guitars is fine. But you need to show that 5 boxes are filled in on the graph. Then we're going to fill it in for drum. So when we look up here, drum had 1, 2, 3. We're going to fill in 1, 2, 3 squares on the graph for the drum. And then we have the flute. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes on the graph for the flute. Now we need to answer this question. What kind of music is the favorite? So when we look at our graph, which one had the most? Guitar, piano, flute, or drum? When I look at the graph, guitar should be out to 5 boxes, and that one had the most. So we should be choosing letter A, guitar, for the most. Down at the bottom, they want you to make up a question about the graph, and you can do that if you would like and ask somebody at your house. You can also practice making your own graph. If you come up with 3 choices and walk around your house and ask people who live there which one they would choose. It could be favorite food, favorite color, favorite ride on the boardwalk, favorite thing to do on a sunny day, favorite thing to do on a rainy day, whatever you want, and then you can practice making tally marks and graphs.